Hello, and welcome to Doctor Who Downtime, the first episode. Today we're going to be, talking about Rose, not the person, or the flower, the episode. Today I'm joined by my co-hosts, Owen. We still don't have an AKA for him.
Wagwan Part 2.
Uh, Gallifrey Wolf, AKA Elliot. No, wait, that's the wrong way around. Fuck.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah. And I'm W, AKA Reese. So yeah, we're going to start this off by obviously talking about Rose. So, the episode. The year is. What year did it come out? Fuck. I should have prepared for more for this, to be honest, shouldn't I?
No. This makes it so much more fun.
The year is 2005. Doctor Who has made a comeback after a very long time of being away.
Since 1997.
So, they bring it back. There's this new mystery doctor. No one knows him. Well, they probably announced it, but I was young, so I didn't know. My dad was like,
Who
"Hey,
is
watch
Christopher?
this. You'll like it." The episode begins. You see this woman. Who is she? Nobody knows.
Welcome to the Rose Show.
Yes. So, I have very good things about the beginning of it, and they don't do it as well these days, I swear. But some of the cinematography and transitions for the episode are just really nice. Like, it's just really nice. Like, compared to some of the stuff you hear, like, you see now, you hear? Who listens to Doctor Who? Shut up, Big Finish doesn't count.
Audios.
No! But basically, yeah, the cinematography, like the transitions where it like cut off to the side and then swoop round, it's just really nice. They're not as good these days. They kind of like keep it still and don't do very much moving shots. Probably because, yeah, that's my comment about the beginning of it.
Indeed, me too. I agree. Hey!
Hey,
That's all I got. I lost my train of thought as soon as I said hey.
go start it.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Nice. Okay. Well,
I'm glad that's so smooth.
right. So Rose is working in a shop. It's probably Debenhams or I don't know actually H&M.
Any other generic?
I'm getting a
clothes
H&M
shop?
vibe from it, but she's working in a shop. She's doing her walk around. She's doing her job. She goes to leave when work finishes. Whilst in the background, we've got this really cool, epic type music. Even though she's just doing a job and it doesn't really make sense, but
Yeah, but
it's
what
epic
else is
music.
an epic job?
But then they do the dumb decision of like, oh yeah, it's got this epic music, and then we're gonna make a transition to make it sound like it's coming from the radio. If I heard that on the radio in a shop, I'd panic. I'd feel like a bomb's about to go off or something.
You'd think something was happening.
Yeah.
Speaking of the shop, I loved the camera focusing on all the shop dummies. Oh, that was really cool.
Foreshadowing.
It was foreshadowing AF, my guy.
Yes.
Yeah, and no one even thought about it. They were just like, the fuck are they focusing on those dummies for?
Yeah. Well, it was the first episode. No one had seen it. No one knew what was No one knew what was to come. As soon as she went down into the basement to deliver the money to Wilson.
There's
See,
a
you
lot
should
of
never-
stuff. Oh, sorry, Elliot.
Never go into a basement alone. If horror films taught people anything.
Yeah. I feel
This is
bad.
2005, Elliot. Horror films never existed.
Yeah, but can we just appreciate that they went the amount of times that she actually said Wilson?
Yes.
Wilson!
Will say.
Also,
I'm gonna eat this cocktail sausage.
okay.
Brilliant.
Also, when she went into the room with all the dummies in, to this day, after watching it for the second time, I could always tell which ones were the like ones that moved before I even like. Cause you can tell they look different.
It's 2005,
Yeah.
bloody makeup on arts. It's not the best.
Still pretty good.
It's good. I loved they were bringing back the Autons. Russell T had to both cater to all the classic Doctor Who fans and to bring a whole new audience in. And I wrote down, it's a bit after the shop, Well, I say about it's exactly after the Rose leaves the shop, and they have a very classic Doctor Who style music for when we first see the TARDIS.
I don't think I noticed that.
I didn't notice until I watched it half an hour ago, and it's one of them subtle things that I guess it's to cater to the more classic viewer. Same with the Autons, bringing back a classic.
It is a
Monster.
very ominous shot, and it's just like, oh yes, that's clearly something important.
Yeah.
But bringing it a little bit back, can we just talk about how, like, obviously you've got the scene where he just grabs her and says "run" type thing, iconic scene.
Oh, yeah.
I used the GIF in last time multiple times to represent the episode.
Run.
But why has he got a bomb?
Well,
Well,
blow up the Autons, innit?
Yeah, I know, but
yeah, they got bought the shop.
compare him to now. You wouldn't see him. You wouldn't see him dead with a bomb. Like you
That's
can just
true.
tell it's like he's just come from the Time War and he's still got his ways, but he's also like trying to not.
I was someone who's just come from a war. He hasn't adjusted to how he once was and how he's gonna be, considering he just come back from killing two great species and
Yeah, and one of those
and,
being
lose,
Yoda.
and losing countless planets as the big consciousness talks about his being lost because of all of the Time War and shit. We'll get to that a bit later. Same with the Doctor not showing his more compassionate side. With some other scenes, I just do a TARDIS.
Little bit back, her and Mickey. I thought that was a very good scene to show. It just it like gave that little hint of like their relationship together, and then obviously shows it a bit more later on. But it didn't do any talking. It just showed that little scene where it's like, oh yes.
Yeah.
Then obviously later on the building blows up.
Kaboom!
Kaboom. Skip forward to the apartment. Jackie's losing her tits.
Instantly letting you know that Jackie's going to be that sort of character, and it's funny, and
There's your
never
comedy.
changes.
There is
Never
your comedy.
changes.
Good old Jackie. Let's not. No, Jackie isn't good. You stay there, Jackie. Sit. Corner. Yes. Don't touch.
Jackie,
Um,
don't
Don't
touch. No, bad. Jackie, get in the cage.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Sorry.
But
Uh,
yes, we've got the apartment. My real question is, she had that arm from when it blew up, yes? Why did
Yeah.
she walk all the way home with it, and then bring it into her house, and then ask Mickey to take it out? Why didn't she just dump it on the ground right there?
I have a very good explanation for this, and it's called Time War PTSD.
For
That
Rose,
Yeah, that Rose is suffering with. The Doctor held her hand, and the Doctor can share memories. Well, some of the memories from him came straight into her. She didn't realize it was subconscious, so she had
Yeah,
some
I think-
PTSD trauma from that
I
big
think-
explosion from something,
No,
so she had to
no,
bring it
no.
home. She couldn't throw it away.
No, I think you're forgetting the fact that when the Doctor shares memories, half the time he's headbutting people.
yeah. Yeah, but I
Not
thought
holding
that
their
was a
hand.
bit of a dumb thing, like just bring it all the way home.
Just plot device.
Yeah, pretty much. Skip forward a
Wouldn't
bit.
you want to own a dummy on? God.
Skip forward a bit to the next day. Wakes up at 7:30. Meh, 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 meh. Don't wake up. You've got no work because it blew up. And then the man who blew it up shows up in a cat flap.
Hi, it's me.
Yeah, that's great.
My favourite bit of that is oh, what are you doing here? Oh, I live here. What do you do that for?
Because I do.
Then proceeds to get. Oh, I dropped my microphone. Then proceeds to drop my microphone. He then proceeds to get dragged into the house and then walks past Jackie's room.
Hey,
Where
you missed
Jackie.
a very important scene before we get to that one.
Did we?
He hit Rose in the face.
Yes, he knocked on her like a door.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can proceed.
Walks past Jackie's door. Jackie turns
She's
and is like,
dressing down.
I like a bit of the Doctor, I do. And then proceeds to try flirt with him. Oh, I'm in my room alone.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
Doctor
No.
turned her down like an absolute G.
All I can say is sass.
Yeah.
Everyone
Ni-
knows
nine
nine
has-
is the sassiest.
Yes, 9 is the sass. What else do we have? After that, they walk in. You can see the Doctor fiddling around. You get to see him do a bit of a read, which is like showing that he's obviously not normal, because he just flicks through a book. Sad ending. Looks through
Poor guy.
a magazine. That's never gonna work. She's an alien. He's gay.
2005 TV was so
Also,
Yeah.
when I was younger, you know, he's like, oh, do you want a cuppa or a coffee or something? And he's like,
Yeah.
yes, just milk. When he said that, I thought he literally meant just a mug of milk.
I kind of thought that when I watched it this time as well.
Yeah,
I know that's not what he meant, but it just sounds like that.
yeah, it's
Also,
how I pictured
It
it.
does come across that way.
The Doctor and Rose have great chemistry in this episode. They just bounce off each other so naturally. It's great.
It's because it's
I-
written that way, Owen.
Yeah, but like you can write, Reece, you can write something that way, but if the actors aren't good, don't have good chemistry to begin with, it's not going to work.
It's called being good at acting.
Reece, you don't understand. You're not an actor.
Even
More of an actor than you, shit-faced. I'm going to continue to drink my jug of juice. It's 4 pints and it's great.
Fuck off, you're wrong. But yeah, continuing, the Doctor then proceeds to get choked down. The face he pulls is something of just comedy gold. She just walks past like, he's
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
joke.
this is-
Mickey did this earlier. Haha, not
Yeah.
funny. And then she
No.
gets like bitch slapped in the face by it.
That fucking foreshadowing from Mickey. Just it's like a weird payoff for that, but yeah, it's pretty cool anyway.
Yeah,
I like to say the foreshadowing.
yeah.
Episode foreshadows a lot.
Well, it has to.
Yeah.
I wrote down in my notes like foreshadowing 4 times.
I wrote sass 4 times. So once they've managed to get the thing off her face, with the Sonic, which I don't really understand.
Sonic, plastic.
Yeah, I know, but if it doesn't work on
Uh,
wood, how does it work on plastic?
Because plastic was once a living thing? I don't fucking know.
Was it?
What?
Yeah, dinosaur, oil, dinosaurs.
Yeah, but if it doesn't work on trees, that means it doesn't work on living things.
1 minute. See, so what you're
Yeah,
saying
I
is,
say it was a
1
living
minute,
thing.
1 minute.
Yeah, but it
Because
did
it used
work
to-
on the plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a living thing. Plastic
Right.
was
No,
once
1
dinosaurs.
minute. Hang
It doesn't
on.
work on trees because they're alive.
Hang on.
So's
You
the
see-
plastic. It was moving and grabbing her face.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not saying Auton, because it's being controlled by a mind. I mean, once upon a time, millions of years ago, there were dinosaurs. They died, turned to oil turned to plastic.
Yeah, we know how that works.
And
Still
that's how
makes
it works.
no
Just
sense.
to quote my boy Capaldi, he's the Doctor, just accept it, alright?
I thought you were going to
That's
say, to quote my boy Capaldi, fuckity bye.
Fuckity bye.
Okay, moving on to the next scene where they leave the house running down those stairs. Those stairs are iconic.
They are.
Enough
I can
said.
only remember them in 2 scenes, and it's the beginning and then Ten's regeneration.
They're iconic
Yes.
because they're the only stairs into that fucking flat.
Yes. Skipping a few scenes forward where they're walking down the road, trying to explain everything. Doctor being
The Doctor explains who he is.
basically just a sassy bitch. And then they do the sudden stop in front of the TARDIS with the great shot where he's just like, I feel the earth move.
How to pick up a chick 101. I tried that once before and she slapped me.
What? I can feel the earth move.
Yeah, I grabbed her hand and said, "Do you know who I am? I can feel the earth turning." I said the exact quote as well, and she just looked at me really weird and ran away. I don't blame her.
Yeah, that's
Is
fair
this the
enough.
girlfriend you've got now?
That speech
No.
is very good, and then you've obviously got the phenomenal background music.
And his northern accent.
Yeah. Fucking
Lots of planets have a
bad.
name.
Is it called Bad Wolf? Is that the name of
That
the
one, I
music?
think it's called A Bad Wolf.
But yeah, that
I think.
music is phenomenal, heartbreaking, and it just triggers a lot of emotions. To be honest,
It does.
maybe not in the first episode. When I first
But
watched,
later down the line,
yeah, when I first watched it,
oh,
I was kind of like, this is a pretty cool music, and then later on, I started crying.
yeah, it's
God,
like
dude,
later
the
down the.
Doomsday theme just elaborated that theme to like top 10 emotion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Next scene. He fucks off. Rose is like, huh, what the fuck I do now? I know,
I know.
Mickey
Let's start
has a
looking into
computer,
it.
because not many people have computers back then, because it's 2005.
Don't check my emails!
Yes, because he's been emailing porn websites.
Yeah.
She then
Oh, Mickey.
Googles
The doctor.
Doctor Blue Box, Doctor Living Plastic,
Doctor.
and then it comes up with Doctor Who, and it's like, oh, that's the name of the show. Whoa!
Roll credits. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Then
End of the episode.
she clicks on it and obviously finds a bit of knowledge on about the Doctor. So
Not
she's
much.
like, I wonder. And then it's Clive.
Hi, Clive. Oh,
Hi,
that's his
Clive.
name. I just called him absolute nutter.
Obviously, she gets dropped off by Mickey because she was over Mickey's house in his yellow Beetle, which is a phenomenal piece of machinery, if I do say so myself.
We need
Yeah,
to invest
Bumblebee.
in one.
Obviously, she goes into the house, heads back into his shed, like any
Which is a
normal
bit-
person who goes into a stranger's house.
Yep, straight to the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah. My question is, how old is Rose during this time, do you reckon?
19.
Yes, I
I'm
was
pretty
thinking
sure
the
I read
same, because
somewhere it
she
was
was
19.
saying about A-levels, because she was like, oh, what am I going to do now, because I've got no job, and she's like, I could do A-levels, so I'm guessing
Yeah.
19, 18, which makes
19,
it
18.
makes the Doctor even more weird.
Yeah, well, let's not get into that.
It's also making Clive also very weird, because he's breaking in through his shed.
Well, I think
Yeah.
with the Doctor, it doesn't really matter what age the human is, considering at this point, 9 is like 900 years old.
Yes, I know, that makes it even more weird.
So he's just going to be nonce either way.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, in the shed, he's... I want to know how Clive knows about the Doctor, because it was never really explained.
Yeah.
Conspiracy
fact
that
that
he
they-
probably found his own way around.
Yes, I know, but surely he would have had to have some experience with him for...
Yeah. You don't just suddenly decide, you know
to be
what?
like, oh my god, I need to research this guy so much.
Yeah.
I have a theory. He could, like any good conspiracy, read something online from another conspiracy, or had his own personal thing happen with it. Him then going off and researching all of this, finding out loads of different things, maybe a little hack into Unit, or
It's
the
Clive,
secret
I don't think Clive
Torchwood.
could do that.
I don't see him hacking into anything.
Also, can we please talk about the Doctor being at JFK's assassination?
Can we talk about how
Yeah.
bad the Photoshop was?
It's bad, but like why
Also,
would the Doctor
right,
want
I
to
was
go-
talking to Owen about this before we actually started the podcast. The Doctor when they were back in the apartment when they first got there and they were making the tea and the coffee, he looked into the mirror and was like, not bad, could be worse, and then was like, ooh, but the ears. So you're telling me he's been to JFK, he's been to wherever the
And still
other
not seen
photo
his own
was,
face.
and then he's obviously the drawing as well, and he's not seen him face, or are these like future things that he hasn't done yet?
Ooh,
Oh,
Because obviously time travel, it hurts my
Yeah.
head.
it could be.
it's possible.
I'm guessing that, but still,
But why would he be at JFK's assassination?
he's
Well, it's
there
just-
to
it's
watch.
just-
It's a very interesting sport, headshots.
It's probably a
What's the
fixed
second?
point in time, right?
Yeah, but why would he go there if it was a fixed
Yeah,
point?
it's like he could go to the Titanic. He wouldn't want to watch them all die.
Future episode theory. Oh wait, no, he can't do it anymore.
No.
Past
But, like,
extra episode theory.
No, he has kind of talked about wanting to come back slightly. Maybe for the 60th anniversary, him 10, 13, and possibly 12, and probably 11 too, going to JFK.
No, they wouldn't do that.
No.
That'd be a lackluster
No.
of an episode. But
Yeah.
maybe an audiobook. But basically,
we've
they
got
they,
to
they
say
go
the
to
president
JFK. They someone's trying to shoot an alien, some like time agent maybe, dun dun dun, Jack Harkness, dun dun dun,
Yes, please.
tries to kill the person who's trying to kill JFK, but the Doctor has to stop them because otherwise it'll
It's a
make
big spoiler
ripples through
time.
time and ruin everything. So he stops
Yeah.
them, and then yeah, cool.
It could be that robot
I
from
just
that
writ a
episode.
Doctor Who episode in about 10 seconds. You're welcome, internet.
Yeah,
You
they're
know- you
not
know-
going to accept that, are they?
You know that robot from that Matt Smith episode, run by the tiny people,
Yes. Oh yeah, that would make sense.
that hunts down like people who's
Criminals.
done a crime. It could be like a group of people who aren't the police, who just go around trying to kill people.
Yeah,
In one of those things, that could be cool.
that would be cool. Okay,
They just
continuing.
go for
Hitler.
Continuing. Does anyone else? Well, can we just talk about wait? The pizza.
yeah, people.
That's a
The
phenomenal
plastic.
and very dumb scene.
Plastic Mickey.
My
fucking
question
annoying.
is, like, you know the plastic stuck to him and it's all coming off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all green up until it gets like close to his fingers, which obviously it changes color because it's attached to his fingers. But if you,
Yeah.
it goes out quite a bit as if his fingers stretching as well,
Yeah, I know.
It's a quite cool effect for
It is.
2005.
and then he gets
It is.
eaten by a bin,
And then the
pizza.
The thing I get, did the bin wheel itself to the to
Yes.
the London Eye?
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously.
Or did it just manage to like dig a tunnel all the way down?
Because like surely someone would have seen a bin rolling away,
Yeah, maybe.
and Mickey
Yeah.
probably screaming in said bin. Like, the voice thing about before I laugh, it's like just a bin rolling down London.
Right. Yeah.
We need to buy a green bin, go to London, and then we need to remote control it so it looks like it's rolling through town, and then basically we'll record it, and then we'll get the entire episode, download it, cut out a bit, and be like, extra scene, and then just put it there and trick the internet that was actually meant to be an extra scene.
Wait, I have an idea for a social experiment. Do that. One of us go in there and scream while it's moving down and see if anyone helps, and then we can see how Mickey got there. 'Cause if no one helped, then that's a very accurate London that they've portrayed.
No, someone will just throw acid over it. This is London.
You're forgetting the fact that, let's be honest, right, if somebody just sees a bin rolling, they're probably just going to go, okay.
Just an average day in London.
Are you forgetting what kind of world we live in?
Yes, a world where rolling bins down the road is
No.
a regular occurrence.
And Australia's on fire.
If something weird's happening outside my house, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I just kind of accept it.
Okay.
If a bin's rolling down outside my
well-
house, I'd probably be a little weirded out.
I'd just be like,
Probably be a little
wind.
curious.
Um,
Wind.
Plastic Mickey.
Plastic
Looks
Mickey's
hilarious.
driving is great, by the way. It's better than mine. They get to the restaurant, they're talking, and then somehow he learns to talk normally for a few seconds, and then he's like, babe, sweetheart.
Yeah, that's probably the weirdest part of the episode was Plastic Mickey.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
also one of the
because he
best.
just kind of like sweating a lot.
God, was it with whenever we have an Auton, one of the people we know have to be an Auton?
Disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Still,
that-
I will
that-
always love Auton Rory.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
then we have champagne.
Oh, yay.
Oh, God, love some champagne.
Then obviously we get the cork to the face, which was a
Which was fucking hilarious.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's a
swallowed.
dated-looking effect.
Bits
obviously-
of that out.
Yeah. And then we get the grab the hand and run again because he
The
grows paddles for hands.
And the doctor, remember, you're skipping the fact that the doctor rips off Mickey's head.
Yes.
So they managed to somehow give guns to bloody dummies, but the actual one that's a copy of a person couldn't get a gun.
No,
but
just
instead
paddle
all
hands.
They were very to be fair, they were more devastating than the guns.
Yeah.
It's too weird. I don't understand. It's
Yeah.
like, how can they make something that's in a shop just there develop a gun, but the actual one that they took time to copy paddles?
Paddles
weird.
are more devastating than guns. It's how we're gonna win World War III, boys. We'll all just have paddles.
World War Three's not going to fucking happen, though, is it? So
I can
Hey.
dream.
We can yeah.
Um,
I'm signing straight up for the Spartan program.
and then
God.
it moved out onto the outside, and then the TARDIS just sat there. It closed the door, used the Sonic on the door. First proper use of the Sonic, I'd say.
Yeah.
No, they kind of used it on the elevator, but
Our first TARDIS intro of New Who.
then it gets
was
the
perfect.
TARDIS, and they do a shot of the TARDIS, and we got the music. Sorry,
Perfect.
I'm very appreciative of music when it comes to Doctor Who. If it doesn't have the right music setting, it just doesn't work.
Tell me about it.
Obviously, he's like, oh no, we can't fit in a wooden box, and then he just walks in like, yeah, whatever, fuck off, because he just doesn't give a fuck. She then proceeds to bang at the door for a few seconds, and then it's like, ah, fuck, I'm gonna die, runs into the TARDIS, and then she's like, ah, fuck, and then runs out the TARDIS.
Awesome though.
Obviously,
it is
does the
such a good
typical
TARDIS.
run around of the TARDIS to be like, put the pickle on the inside.
The camera work on the inside when Rose gets in and closes the door for the
And
last time.
it does the pan out.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's beautiful. It's like, yep, this is a new TARDIS.
Do you want to know how they did that?
I'm gonna guess a crane. Like
Yeah,
one
they
of
did it
them
with a
camera-
crane, and they took two massive panels of the entire like TARDIS off. Like, you know how it's like a half sphere in there. They
Yeah.
took off an entire corner section of it, and it's like a massive section, and just didn't include it, so they could get the camera in there.
Pretty weird because you never see that side of the TARDIS, and the only time I've ever seen that side of the TARDIS was when the Titanic broke through it, and it's so obvious it's CG, and it's
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of makes me it's just like it's so weird.
Then we have the breakdown of Rose being like, "Oh, you're an alien." He's like, "Yes." And he's
Yeah.
like, "This is alien." Yes.
Yeah.
It's the TARDIS, time and relative dimensions in space.
Is me being an alien okay? Yes.
Getting
Oh,
the fact
and
where
then-
he worries about the fact that somebody could break in, and then he's just like, don't worry about it. The hordes of Genghis Khan couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
The him not thinking about Mickey dying.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rose having a panic. It was the first proper bit looking into his just coming out the Time War PTSD.
Yeah.
Where, of
gets
course,
to-
he's not going to realize that someone has died. He just killed two bloody
shows
species.
that he's like, it just doesn't give a fuck right now.
Mm.
But this is also kind of foreshadowing, because she kind of like distracts him after that with Mickey's head melting, and everything gets a bit better.
Yeah.
Well, no, move on a little bit. Mickey's head melts. TARDIS moves. She goes out. She's like, "What's going on?" They have a bit of an argument. He's like, "You're thick. You're dumb. You're a monkey." Then they're outside in London somewhere, and then she's like, "Oh, yeah, you forgot about Mickey, la 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 la." But then she changes the subject, and he starts to happy again. And he's like, "Oh, what's with the blue box?" And then he's very, very proud of the fact that his blue box, like the smile on his face is insane. He's like, "This
Yeah.
is my blue box. I love this blue box. It is my blue box."
Just think, he hasn't got to like proper boast to a companion about his TARDIS in like what 400 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However long the Time War was. So he's proper chuffed.
Yes. But it just
Like,
shows
self
that
like-
how good Rose is for him. Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of foreshadowing, because it
She-
happens a lot
she helped.
throughout the series, but it's also
Yeah,
like,
she really does help him.
yes. It's also a bit where it's the Doctor being kind of heartless, because he's obviously forgot about Mickey and then all that. Change the subject. He's like, "Oh, they need a really big circle thing."
They really need
And
to
then-
put such
and-
a giant satellite.
What?
Yeah, and then he's like,
What is it? What?
Where is it? It must be invisible." And then he's just basically a dumbass, basically.
And then you just got
Like,
Rose
he's one of-
nodding, nodding at the
What
London
is
Eye,
it?
and he's just like not noticing it.
He's one of the smartest beings in the universe,
but
but
also
he's
so
he's the
pretty
smartest
dumb
dummy.
sometimes.
yeah, he's like the smartest dumb person I've ever met.
Smartest stupid boy.
Yeah, and then we
Oh,
get
really? What is it?
the
What?
phenomenal line of fantastic.
His first catchphrase.
Yeah, that's
Very
very
nice.
nice. Obviously, then they're like, oh yeah, do a bit of a running over that iconic bridge, but it's iconic for a different reason. But
Yeah.
not for that guy who shot some people on it recently. But
No, because
yeah.
we don't want him to be iconic. Don't want.
Yeah, it's the Daleks that are iconic. There we go. Just in case you're uncultured.
Shout out to my boy Hartnell.
Culture.
Then they obviously go to the manhole, and then they go in the
Yes.
manhole.
We're forgetting the fact that the
But Rose can't go in it because it's a
fact-
manhole.
No, because it's a manhole.
2005.
We're forgetting the fact that the doctor mentioned about having how to defeat the plastic.
Oh yes, anti-plastic.
Anti-plastic.
It's
Is it-
anti-plastic.
What the heck, Doctor?
Wait, 2
Just put
seconds.
anti in front. Just put
Okay,
anti
Google.
in front of anything.
Is anti-plastic a thing?
Result from search.
No.
No.
Wow, I wonder who.
Okay,
who
so
could've-
to beat plastic, you just have to get some blue
Anti-plastic.
Gatorade and
Yeah.
pour it in a vial and be like anti-plastic.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't just grab a lighter and melted them all. Like, it's plastic.
Dude, it was
Just starts
molten
a mass
plastic. You
fire.
can't melt molten plastic.
Fucking drop some cold water in there and fuck it up.
Then it's hard plastic, and then it'll just move.
But fucking how did you get
Anti-plastic.
No, we need to think of a way to not use something dumb. Let's do something. How would we do it in the real world?
How's it done?
Bomb
have
it.
Have you not seen how we'll just nuke it?
That's a better idea. Let's nuke London.
Yes.
Let's use a space Titanic to do it though.
Okay.
That's very specific.
Yes, then he's like, oh yes, not just drop the plastic straight on them. Anti-plastic. Why would you drop plastic on plastic?
It
Anti-plastic on
makes
them.
it bigger.
I want to help them.
Yes, I must give them a chance. This is showing that he still has some remorse. Because he's still trying to
But
stick
very
to
little.
He's trying to stick to his roots, kind of. He's trying to redeem himself. Obviously, talks to the thing. I don't understand what it's saying, because it's clearly not English. But he does. He says some things. He's like, I'm going to approach now.
Plastic.
And then Rose runs down because she sees Mickey like the mess she is. And then
Leave that man.
Then he just looks at her with sass and disgust and sasses a bit more. Then proceeds to go down to the perfectly placed platform directly above it with the lit fires either side to make it look like a perfect shot.
Yep. Also, it's like the perfect place to drop the plastic, the
Yep,
anti-plastic.
totally not
in.
set up or anything. It wasn't built like that or anything.
No.
But then obviously there's that random box up in the further up, which I always thought, even when I first watched it, I was like, that's going to be something. There's going to be something in that. I wonder what it is. But yeah, then he talks to it a bit more, and then he gets a bit of PTSD from the war because it talks about the war, and then he gets grabbed, and then it's like,
Save your
oh my
planet.
god, it's anti-plastic. I was going to use it for insurance. I wasn't actually going to use it. Haha, psych.
Yeah.
Then they unveiled the TARDIS, which I want to know how they got there. Did they just pick it up?
Yeah.
Probably.
Or did
They're
they use the
plastic.
same system that they used to get Mickey there?
Okay, we need a massive bin.
Yeah.
Alright, Autons, 1, 2, 3, place it in the bin.
And that's all I watched up to a minute ago. But I still remember the rest because I am a
also know-
dedicated watcher.
The big evil dude mutters Time Lord.
Does he though?
Yeah, he does. Because I watched it in the bath, so I'm definitely concentrating on it. And it's in his deep, weird voice. Like, it's kind of mixed in with the screams, but it definitely says Time Lord.
Never heard that.
Or it sounds like Time Lord.
Pretty much every alien he meets suddenly somehow finds out he's Time Lord. So
Well, he probably they're probably in the war. I'm guessing. Well, he did say
Yeah, but it's
about
like-
the war, so
It's like it's one of those little I wouldn't say foreshadowing, but it's one of those. It's one of those nods for the people who know. Oh wait, he's a Time Lord. Cool, I know that.
Yeah.
I'm a good old Doctor Who fan. But for people who's new, they don't know because he hasn't properly said that he's a Time Lord yet.
but obviously
Until,
there is the foreshadowing
How many
for the
people-
war because he's like, oh, it was the war. I didn't want to do it or all that type of thing. So there's
Yeah.
that too. which is further on in the series because we don't find out for a little while. Do we?
Wait, what?
We don't find out about the war for a little while, do we?
Second episode. Literally the next one when
Exactly,
he goes back
a
to
little
Earth.
while.
The second episode's is when he goes to the end of the world.
Yeah, and it's at the end of the episode they go back because Rose is like kind of freaking out, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my planet's dead. I kind of fought in a war. Hi, I'm the Doctor, Time Lord Man. What's up?"
But you'll find out more about that next week. I can't remember what happened now. I've blanked.
During all of that, there was the Auton attack on the city, and there was the unnecessary death of the Nutter dude.
Yes, Clive.
Yeah.
Clive is dead.
So, gets shot.
Rest in peace, Clive.
Just gets full on.
Also, how on earth did Jackie not die?
Main character immunity.
Yes, I know, but still, like, she's a dumbass. She was just standing there. She wasn't even, like, hiding or anything. She was like, ah!
He just fucking runs around.
Good Jackie impression there.
You're welcome.
If we ever do a Doctor Who fan film, you're definitely being Jackie.
Thank you. What happens next? I can't actually remember. Someone else take over from the main talking bit.
Rose fucking's like, oh, I've got no A levels, all of that stuff. But I'll tell you what, I do have. I got something women's gymnastics, and I got the bronze medal. She swings, she kicks an Auton. The Doctor then chucks the Auton back, and then they drop the anti-plastic into the big blob. Blob kind of dies, starts exploding. They run in the TARDIS. TARDIS goes a room, and then they land.
Doesn't Nine kind of stand there for a bit and be like, minus the laughing? And then Rose is like, come on!
Come on!
In that scene, I bet you he was just willing to stand there and die. Because he's like, oh fuck, my life is
Oh my god,
wreck.
it's 10 foreshadowing from the Rachnos.
But 9 did it first.
10, your 9 is showing.
Yes, 10, your 9 is showing. 9, your 10. 9, your 8 is showing. 10, your 11 is showing. No.
Then fucking... then they land, and...
Mickey has a bit of a seizure over the TARDIS.
And then
he
hugs Rose.
What was it? He basically just sits down outside.
The Doctor's like, I can go anywhere across the universe, free of charge. You want to come?
The typical speech to the girl to get her to come with you.
Then she goes, no.
Mickey is kind of like...
just
freaking out, and he's like a pathetic dog type thing. But... the character development that you get throughout the next few seasons for Mickey is insane.
Even the next 2 seasons for Rose and Mickey, they get the most character development. Jackie
not even like no, just Mickey. Like, think about it. Like,
Yeah,
think about compared to the last time you see him compared to now. Like, he's a whimpering dog, and then the last time you see him he's in a battlefield
with Martha Jones.
Spoilers.
they're married.
With not Martha Jones. Then Rose says no. Doctor's like, okay, he buggers off.
Then leaves. But I have a thing here. He leaves for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And then this is where he goes to all those places.
Maybe.
Because I've seen the theory that he goes off for like years and years, always thinking about her type thing. And then he comes back and he's like, are you sure? Oh,
yeah,
no, he's like, oh, did I mention
sense.
it can travel in time as well? Or something like that.
Yeah, you go. It can also, did I mention it also travels in time? And she's like, he goes to Mickey, oh, thanks. And he goes, what for? He goes, exactly. Kisses him on the cheek and runs in the TARDIS. But it's weird because it goes, dun, 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 while she's still running in slow-mo. And it goes like not even a quarter into the ending theme. And then it shows like the Doctor Who logo and the what's next. I thought, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Okay, well, we did it. That's the episode. If you haven't watched it, we just explained in rather large detail about it.
Spoiler alert!
If you haven't watched it,
just don't watch this.
If you have watched it, obviously you'll understand everything we're talking about a bit better than everyone else. But now we're going to opinionate ourselves on how the episode was. Okay, so first off, we're going to go first opinions on it. So like when you first watched it, what were you like? My first opinion on it was, wow, this is cool. I like Rose. She is cool.
I thought it was. I think I'm gonna guess my 5-year-old mind was like, "Whoa, cool! Flashing lights. Scott, what's going on over here? Ooh, it's cool noises. Ah, nice. I liked it. Let's watch it again." Uh, First memory, it was pretty good. I've always loved 9. I've always loved 9.
If you skip 9,
Nine's
you
great.
are a bitch.
If you skip 9, we can't be friends, and I'm not inviting you to my birthday party.
We just don't accept you.
Elliot, what was your first opinions on it when you first watched it?
My very young mind, when I first watched it, I just probably thought of the fact of, oh, this is sci-fi. Oh my god, look at this. He's all just going off at once. This is brilliant.
Okay.
And then when I was older and watched it,
Oh,
I was like,
wait, we're getting there. Okay, so the older rewatching it, what were your opinions? My opinions was it is a very good episode. The quality of it was very good for its time, but it was definitely very bad compared to now.
I don't know. I just saw a
For a-
tease for the next episode for Jodie, and the effect looked dreadful. Like
Yes,
even worse than that episode.
it does look quite bad.
Cat on
But
the face. What the hell?
coming back to it, it was obviously very good for the time. It was a good episode. I have very little critiques for the first episode, but it was a very good episode to come back to Doctor Who with in general. Take it away, Owen.
Okay. Well, I thought, oh, cool, flashing lights. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh, this is awesome. Yeah.
So you
but a
had
lot
the
more.
exact same thing.
But
as
with a
when you were
more
younger.
grown-up thought.
Okay, Elliot.
I love sci-fi, and I loved it. It was great. Doctor Who. What more can you want?
anyway, yeah,
Doctor saving the earth.
you kind of understand better what's going on. And yeah, I don't really have any complaints about it. I enjoyed it just as much.
I just hit my mic. Ow.
I thought that was clever.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay. Next. I'm doing all the
You got
work here,
next.
guys. You're meant to be my co-host. You're meant to help me out here. So I don't have to
Next,
talk
we
all the
shall
time.
talk about your favourite character from the episode. Mine was the TARDIS.
I guess in theory it's a character. It is living.
I think the TARDIS really pulled through this episode. Her introduction was amazing. Obviously, the best in the series. She's the backbone of the Doctor. The Doctor couldn't do anything without the TARDIS, so she's 10 out of 10 best character.
Okay, boomer. But let's go with favorite scene. My favorite scene was the one where he stood in front of the TARDIS explaining about the Earth rotation, because it's just a very good shot. You've got the very good music. It's a very tense moment. You can see lots of emotions. It's very, yeah.
I think I have two favourites. The joke one is pizza, because it's so dumb. But the actual one is when he's talking to the intelligence, and he's talking about having a little debate about him not being able to save them and all that. I thought that was just it's good.
Yes. Elliot?
Yeah, same with mine. My favourite scene is when he's conversing with the living plastic about the fact of everything that's happened and how he couldn't save people. And then also the fact that he just used anti-plastic.
Yes, anti-plastic.
A vast plastic.
Just put anti in front of everything and it'll solve the problems.
It was Trojan plastic.
Okay, so now we're going to rate the episode out of 10. So, I'm going to give the episode a solid 9. Because obviously there's a few things that are wrong with it, but it's still quite a high considering how long ago it was made. But, 9. It was very good comeback. Very minimal critiques, like, it's just like, like, you know the bit where Mickey's running with no head and he's got the paddle hands, you can see the t-shirt lift up and he's clearly not the same skin colour as his arms. It's like,
Yeah.
I spotted that. But yeah,
Who's being racist?
just pointing out, like, continuity error, but yeah. Owen,
I agree. For 9, it's 9 out of 10. And
get
a
it?
strong,
No, I totally didn't do that
strong
on
9
purpose.
Hellhunters out of 10. It's a really strong episode, brilliant starter. Probably one of the best first episodes we've had of the Doctor through the entirety of New Who. I don't think any Doctors come close, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because 10's wasn't that good.
What
11 is definitely up there with
it was
the
good,
best first
but
episodes.
I don't think that like there was tense bits and everything like that, but I don't know, it was a bit lackluster when it came to the end with the like monster type thing. Prisoner Zero has escaped.
But Matt Smith nails it. 10 wasn't even in most of the episode for his first one.
Yeah,
he was
passed out.
asleep. Matt Smith
Go
nails
sleep.
it. Capaldi's first one was weird with the dinosaur. I think technically, his first episode should have been Mummy on the Orient Express because it's really good.
Yeah.
And then
It
Jodie's.
wouldn't have worked as a first episode though.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but I think it'd make it work for a first. It would be brilliant because it's just such a good one. Also, that was foreshadowed by something else. I can't remember which Doctor. I think it was Matt Smith. Talking about the Orient Express. And then Jodie's first episode wasn't.
It was okay. It was one of the
Yes.
better episodes of her first season. Out of the 2 good episodes, which
Those
was
first Doctor episodes.
yeah. It was the first one was okay, and then what's the name of the company called? Kaboom.
Kablam!
Kablam. That one was a good episode as well. But besides that, the rest of them were a bit eh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We've
9 out of
got a
10.
while
Elliot?
before we start talking to Jodie
Yeah.
stuff.
God. Yeah, 9 out of 10. You know, maybe there's like a few things you could spot that were a bit off, but it's really good. It was really good for its time. Great starter episode. It introduces really well, even if you haven't watched like classic Doctor Who before. You can kind of figure out what's going on. So yeah, really good.
I think they did that on purpose because obviously it hadn't been back for a while, so obviously there's going to be a lot of new people coming
Gotta
to
care.
watch it again. So obviously they tried their best to incorporate a bit of everything for everyone, which they did very well. So we got 3 9s out of
brilliant.
9s. I mean 9 out of 10s. 9 out of 13s to be precise. Because it's the 9th Doctor, so it makes sense. No, that's not actually how
great.
we're rating it.
What?
If we were rating it from worst to best, it would be that would be a complicated order. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
All I know
At the
is
end of
13's at the
end
bottom.
of 9 season, we're gonna rate all the episodes in a top 10 list, top whatever list, and yeah.
It would be a top 12 list, I'm pretty sure. Or is it a top 14?
So it's 13.
One of them. But yeah, we'll rate them at the end,
One of
on the last episode, which
Hecking
will
hell
be
yes.
in 13 weeks if it's 14 episodes.
Yeah.
Ah, as a 2-part. What are we doing for 2-parters? Should we review both of them in one episode or one at a time?
Oh, that's a good point.
And that
just
one
means it'll be
3-parter.
I
'Cause
think
it'd
we'll
be
do
a bit
different
weird.
episodes, but we just won't make them as long. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
we've obviously, if we did them in the one, it would be like 2 hours long. Because obviously an hour per episode.
Hey, we have a week to decide before we get to our first 2-parters, so don't worry, guys.
Wait, what?
Oh,
What's
that's
the first one?
fun.
The third episode in the series is a 2-parter. It's Boomtown and then the other Slitheen episode.
Oh,
Technically,
yeah.
you can see it as a 3-parter because then there's a third episode with it, but that's a little later in the series.
It's fine. We'll
God, my 9 knowledge is on point.
I just
Oh,
can't
come on,
remember
we're-
names of episodes.
We're good at this. We've got a week. We'll have not figured it out by then.
Yeah, we totally almost didn't forget about this one.
Uh,
By forget
Well,
about
you
it, I
two
mean
did. I
I forgot
didn't.
about it. I just forgot to watch the episode, to be honest.
the main
I
host.
didn't forget.
But yeah, this has been Doctor Who Downtime. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of it. Rose,
It.
first episode, official first episode. We'll be back next week with Owen. Tell us the name of the next episode.
What is
Useless.
this?
Ready, go
Wait,
to the
no,
end.
I know this one. It's not. Is it End of the World or is it New Earth? It's not New Earth. That's a different one. I don't know. It's something.
Well, I'm gonna need you to find out.
Right.
Okay, so obviously this is the first episode. We hope you enjoyed. Thanks for all
The end of the world.
We,
Damn it, Elliot! You beat me to it.
end of the world. See you for that one. That'll be next week. We've obviously just started, so liking and commenting your opinions on the episode, telling us what you want to hear, what you want to
Would
see,
be very helpful.
would be very helpful. Also, we'd like to hear from you. We have seen that you have seen us. All four.
Yeah, we know.
As of this moment of recording, there is 41 of you. Hello.
Hi guys, love you. Come to my
We
birthday
currently have
party.
5 subscribers, so don't forget to
We know you've
subscribe,
been watching.
like, and comment whatever you'd like to hear or see
Yeah,
or
if there's
whatever.
like certain things you'd like us to incorporate,
Yes.
If you want guys want to hear my Dalek impression, say yes, please.
Say no
say no.
immediately.
Say no, like right now. Immediately.
Right
Just-
now. I'm just gonna put a heads up and a thing out there. The editing on the last episode was a bit overboard, obviously because it was the first episode. I put a lot of effort into it. I'm still going to be doing that type of style. I probably just won't be doing it as heavily as I did last episode because it took a lot of time. It took about 6
Yeah.
hours, I think. So, probably won't put as much effort in, but obviously I'll still keep it the same type of style because I enjoy that style. And I hope you guys do too. So, yeah. Thanks for watching Doctor Who Downtime. I've been Reese. Owen's been...
Himself.
I've been someone else. I'm in a disguise.
Nice. And then Elliot's been...
Nice. Just like the master. No, it's just been me.
Elliot's
I'm
been
not stupid.
Elliot's been me. Okay. But yeah, thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next week with the end of the world, end of the time, end of the bitch,
End of the world.
end of the world,
Under the world.
end of the world.
At world's end.
No.
And-
And now for an accurate represent
Recreation.
a recreation of a phenomenal scene. I'm in my dressing gown.
Yes, you are.
There's a strange man in my bedroom.
Yes, there is.
Well, anything could happen.
No.
Psych!